Abusia latest update on Ken Ofori Atta and rather eba be breaking news wa ha e de mam say ni release na e release no and some be break free ho ba ye catch them today is much interesting moment ahead. Abusia after Ken Ofori Atta releasing no Abusia credit goes to Black Rasta, the black pots. Abusia just say wa bara kese for side at the match info details about political highway so abusia ye release Ken Ofori Atta no abusia ye release ne kwa na immigration officers no endra ye catch them send passport omoje ye ne bail bond ye de bremo na enne according to Black Rasta no sa ye jai Ken Ofori Atta no abusia ye the ring tracker e born na ho ye de abone na ho just in the movement bia obeye bia no egu akesefo ne nsam na just ye seize in the passport ye the bail bond ne ma no ya san so the rank tracker abone nan ho ama you see an movement bia obeteki bia no abusia akesefo ne nsa ebeso ni mu na according to Black Rasta no osan so ma de enti a omo release ne free omo detention center ho yesi yare a Ken Ofori Atta yare no according to Black Rasta yesi yare a oyare no omo pese omo be keep any bad record e wo omo detention ho cause Ken Ofori Atta day in day out bia Ken Ofori Atta yare Ken Ofori Atta yare na according to Black Rasta or say Ken Ofori Atta wenya cancer na omo name stage of the cancer baby a edru abusia inti isi ano akesefo no ede ring tracker abo Ken Ofori Atta ne na ho a omo tracking movement mom yanko na yankonko ti ensema Black Rasta ede tuda e political highway so unsubscribe ya subscribe. There is much interesting moments ahead, madam.
Why was he released? I must say that when he was released, they put a ring around his leg. Now, this man has been humiliated beyond measure. First, he was locked up like a common criminal right there at the detention center. My brother, my sister, as if that was not enough. Now that he has been released on bond, they've put a certain ring around his leg. In case he attempts to run, this ring will start blowing an alarm. All about Ken Ofori Atta's release from ICE detention. Now the news is all over Ghana that Ken Ofori Atta has been released from ICE detention. My brother, my sister, in America, and many people are beginning to fret. Calls are being made all over the place. The newspapers are carrying it. The blogs are carrying it. The news portals are inundated with the story. Breaking. Ken Ofori Atta's name no longer on U.S. ICE detainee list. And the story is hot. Ghanaians are beginning to fret. Many are beginning to say, is this man going to walk free? What is going to happen to this man? Why is his name no longer on the U.S. ICE detainee list? He's been there for more than 3 months. Why is it that all of a sudden he's been set free? My brother, my sister, and his lawyers have also written. They have posted a press release, and that is what is here. My brother, my sister, and you can see it right there. It says press release. It says on April 7, 2026, Ken Ofori Atta was released from ICE detention pursuant to judicial order. He is home with his family. Mr. Ofori Atta remains fully committed to use due process in defense of his rights as guaranteed under the Constitution and laws of the United States. He and his family remain thankful to God and all those who have offered prayers and support during this period, and is signed by Justice Kusi Minka Premo, Esquire, solicitor for Ken Ofori, and it was released today. And our checks have proven that truly he's out of the detention camp. He's been there for 3 solid months. But what nobody is telling you is what we are about to tell you. Why is Ken Ofori out of the detention camp? The Caroline detention camp. First and foremost, not many people know this face. But a lot of people also know him because of the alleged crimes he has meted out to the people of Ghana. This is Ken Ofori. Can I tell you more? Run the dossier. Watch this. Come here. Now, Ken Ofori is a prominent Ghanaian investment banker and politician who served as Minister for Finance and Economic Planning from 2017 to 2024. As of April 8, 2026, that's today, he has been released from U.S. immigration detention and is currently in the United States. Oh, yes. Now, following a judicial order, Ofori was released from U.S. Immigration and Customs Enforcement, and that is ICE custody on April 7, that's yesterday, 2026, after being held since January 2026 for allegedly overstaying his visa. He faces an extradition request, and this is the most important thing, from Ghanaian authorities, and was declared a fugitive of justice by Ghana's Office of the Special Prosecutor after financial misconduct allegations. Ken Ofori. Flip. Now, this is not all about Ken Ofori. His legal team has stated he is pursuing a permanent residency pathway in the United States due to concerns over the fairness of the legal process in Ghana. That is the most important thing right now. The extradition and the fact that he doesn't want to be extradited for fear of not getting justice in political interference. But what is his professional and business background? He is the co-founder of Databank Group, a premier Ghanaian investment banking firm where he served as executive chairman until his retirement in 2012. Before returning to Ghana in 1990, he worked at major investment firms such as Morgan Stanley and Salomon Brothers in New York. He was the first African to chair the joint World Bank IMF Development Committee between 2018 and 2024. This is Ken Ofori. What is his educational background like? He holds a Bachelor of Arts in Economics from Columbia University since 1984. I was only 10 years old. And an MBA from Yale University in 1988. He is a member of the influential Ofori family and is a cousin to former President Nana Addo Akufo-Addo. And this is also very important if you are hearing about this man for the first time. He's married to Professor Angela Lamesdorf Ofori, a clinical psychologist. Can we look at the stats? Watch this. He was born on the 7th of November, 1959 in Chebi, the eastern region of Ghana. The white man couldn't say Chebi, so he said Kibi. He was the finance minister, as you were told, between January 2017 and February 2024. He went to Achimota School, Columbia University, and Yale University. He is the first African Donaldson Fellow at the Yale University award winner. This is Ken Ofori Atta. Ghanaians see him as the biggest fugitive right now and they want to see him return home and face justice. It's believed that he's used his office, better still, misused his office to enrich himself and his family. For that matter, the Attorney General and Minister of Justice, alongside the Office of the Special Prosecutor, came together to ask for him to return to Ghana and face justice. This is Ken Ofori. This is where the news is now. Ken Ofori, come here. Now, Ken Ofori, interestingly, was arrested in the United States after refusing to come to Ghana to face justice, which he claims is injustice, political interference, and witch hunting. His own uncle or cousin, the president of the republic, then Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo, begged him to please come home, and that nobody would touch a hair of his head, and that Ghana is very, 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 very diplomatic and democratic. But he said no. Another cousin, Gabi Asari Ochridakun, pleaded with this man to return home. And even before he left Ghana, he and Gabi were not on talking terms, loggerheads, because of some decisions he took as the Minister of Finance. He found his way into America, reunited with his son. His wife would go and visit him. And all of a sudden, when we started asking for him to return home to face justice, he started playing chess with us. What did he do? First, he said he was seeking treatment. And for that matter, he should be given some time. He will return in this month, in that month, in that month. And he failed in all until he was put on the certain red notice. Now the OSP had to return and pull him out of the same red notice because he had issued another date that he would come home to face justice. He was only buying time so that he could file properly for his American residency. His son filed on his behalf so that he will remain in America. He fooled the government of Ghana and was able to get enough time to deal with himself. But finally, the long arms of the law chased him when the Attorney General and Minister of Justice, Dominic Akuritinga Ayini, the Stanford lawyer, the Zwarungu boy, decided to contact American authorities and ask for Ken Ofori to return home. It looked like it worked. All of a sudden, he was arrested because he had overstayed his welcome in America. And they succeeded in locking him up at the Caroline Detention Center for 3 solid months. They had been trying to get him come out on bond, what you call bail. But the American authorities kept pussyfooting so that they would be sure of what they were doing. Well, yesterday, he was released and he went back home. His passport has also been taken away from him. Can I tell you more? This is what we've been waiting for. Why did they release him? Come here. Now, his lawyers have been trying to get him out on bail. What in America they call on bond. What bond was posted? Now, this was what happened. Now, Ken Ofori has been sick. Overly sick. We are told that he went into some seizures whilst right there inside the Caroline Detention Center. Doctors were called in there to look at him time after time, aside the routine checkups. This man fell ill over and over because he has missed his pizza. He has missed his American breakfast and lunch, his American style dinner. My brother, my sister, he kept falling ill. And the court had to look at it and say, you know what? Once this man is fighting his case, let us release him on health grounds. Let him go out, take his passport, put a wire ring around his leg, and keep an eye on him. If he wants to die, this is not where he should die. He should rather die outside here, preferably in Ghana. We don't want that record. I can tell you on record that he is sick. We all know that he's suffering from cancer. The stage of cancer, I wouldn't be able to tell you even if I knew. But he is sick. And he has suffered in the detention camp several times. Ill health. Now, they have released him until the 27th of April. On the 27th of April, this is what is going to happen. He will return to court, and when he gets there, the judge will be sitting down there waiting for him. And you know, we've taken you through the judges and his lawyers. My brother, my sister, he will meet that judge who laughs only once a year, and that's at Christmas. He will laugh once the rest of the year. Screwface judge. My brother, my sister, Ken Ofori would meet him. What this trial is all about is purely immigration. It's an ICE issue. Immigration and Customs Enforcement. ICE. They have not even gone into the extradition yet. But this is where Ghanaians should be excited. And you can only hear that here. When Ken returns on the 27th, the judge will decide whether to rearrest him and put him back into custody at ICE, getting ready to send him home, or they might just say, you know what? We have looked at your papers, looked at A, B, C, D, and we think that you can continue to stay in America. But the chances of saying this, only 10%. 90%, you have broken American law. Now, go home. But, my brother, this is where it even gets more interesting. The lawyers have always said that the American court is not holding him on because of any criminality. It has come out that it was because of the red flags that have been raised over and over by the office of the special prosecutor that triggered the alarm all over the world, that got ICE interested in holding him and bringing him. Have I made myself clear? Or should I explain it again? How did ICE arrest Ken Ofori? The Attorney General made it clear that his office had a hand in it. Now we are hearing that the office of the special prosecutor, having put him on the red list, triggered a lot of attention on him. It's like a ring around your leg. Wherever you pass, it blows an alarm and it draws people's attention. So they realized that there was a red flag on this head. And then they went after him and brought him into custody. My brother, my sister, this is what their lawyers are saying. But what is the truth? Ken had up till about February to leave America. But he was working very hard to grab his American papers and stay in America as a resident. And his reason is that he's been witch hunted. But this is where Ken will have the biggest problem. Ken will go back to court on the extradition, and the judge will sit on it, a different judge, not this immigration judge. And his case is that he's been politically witch hunted. This is where Ken will end up coming to Ghana. You know why? And this is a long shot. The court certainly would ask him, you say you have been politically witch hunted. By who? It's the office of the special prosecutor that is asking you to come home on extradition to face justice. And this person in the office was appointed by your own party when you were in power, by your own cousin. How could this person be politically witch hunting you? He would have to answer that. Why is this same office not politically witch hunting your other cousins who are in Ghana? But you. There must be a special reason, aside the fact that you are being politically witch hunted. And if Ken is not able to give that reason, what Ghanaians have been waiting for all this while will happen. They will bundle him, hook, line, and sinker, and throw him back to Ghana. But information reaching me is that his health has deteriorated very terribly. Our prayer is that he lives long enough till the 27th to return to court so that his fate will be decided immigration-wise. On the 27th, if he fails, he's coming to Ghana straight. Simple. Before even the extradition. But if he's able to scale it, which will be very hard, my brother, my sister, extradition will be waiting for him. And what I'm hearing right now is that the best way out might just be to tell the judge, you know what? I want to self-deport. And they will quickly put him in a plane nicely and ask him to come home without all those chains and all that around him. But if he goes through the trial on the 27th and he falls flat, he will come to Ghana in chains. I can't wait to see that. Chains, both leg and arms. I want the one around the neck. You know, there's a big one they put around the neck, and then you put your hands inside. And then those on the legs, so that as he's walking, we'll hear chime, 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 chime. Here comes the biggest fugitive who never wanted to come to Ghana, who told the whole world that Ghana is nothing but a politically negative environment charged with the electrons of political witch hunting. I can't wait for Ken to return. There are 2 landmines that are waiting for him. If he is skillful enough to skip one, the other one is not probable to skip it. I can't wait for the 27th. Your questions have been answered. Yes, he's out of the Caroline detention center. And the reason is that he is sick. He has relapsed a number of times. And his lawyers have already told us that he's suffering from cancer. What stage of cancer? A man like this, can I tell you something before I go? Should he die, they would like to bring him and bury him here in Ghana. If I am alive then, I will fight these cops. I will become a terrorist and stop these cops from coming to Ghana. Because when he was alive, He said that we were politically witch hunting him. What do we need a dead body for? Unless they want to bring him here and donate him to the vultures. And even with that, I wonder which Ghanaian vulture will be interested in eating that corpse. You are a disgrace. Look how much bad name you have given Ghana. The Ghana that you and your irresponsible cousin sat on for 8 solid years and messed it up. Today, our payback is that we are a politically witch-hunting country. You cannot trust that you would have justice. To God be the glory. I can't wait to see him back here by force. It's the black pot, aka Kukushonemo, and here we speak truth to power.